What if everything you've been taught about who you are is an illusion? What if the highest goal of life is not happiness but liberation? In the West we speak of individuation, becoming who you truly are. In the East we speak of moksha, freedom from the illusion of the self. They seem different, but beneath the surface they may be two faces of the same truth. Stay with this journey until the end, because what you'll discover might just shift your entire perception of self and reality. Carl Jung believed that the purpose of life was not to be happy but to become whole. He called this process individuation, the gradual uncovering of your deepest nature. Individuation is the integration of the unconscious into consciousness. It is the confrontation with the shadow, the hidden uncomfortable parts of ourselves we often deny. It is the reconciliation of opposites within us, masculine and feminine, light and dark, rational and intuitive. We wear masks, personas to survive in the world, but the problem begins when we mistake the mask for who we are. The ego, our curated self-image, becomes a prison. But the self, Jung wrote, is like a great circle. The ego is just a point inside it, a dot mistaking itself for the whole. To individuate is to return to that circle, to recognize we are far more than our thoughts, roles, and stories. Jung explained, individuation means becoming an individual, and insofar as individuality embraces our innermost, last, and incomparable uniqueness, it also implies becoming one's own self. We could therefore translate individuation as coming to selfhood, or self-realization. And this journey often begins with a crack, a crisis, a collapse of meaning, when everything you once believed begins to feel hollow. In that darkness the descent begins. We must become like Orpheus, entering the underworld of the psyche to retrieve what has been lost. We confront the shadow not to destroy it but to integrate it, because healing doesn't come from light alone, but from the unity of light and dark. Individuation is not about fixing yourself, it's about becoming real. It is not the pursuit of perfection, it is the reclamation of all that you are, especially the parts you have buried. In the East, the sages of Vedanta speak of moksha, liberation. But this freedom is not political, and it's not emotional, it is the release from illusion itself. Moksha is the realization that the self we think we are, our name, our identity, our mind, is not the self. It is not about gaining something, it is about removing the veil. As the Chandogya Upanishad declares, Tattvam Asi, thou art that. That which you seek is what you already are. According to Vedanta, the soul, Atman, is not separate from the divine, Brahman. But through ignorance, that is avidya, we have forgotten this truth. The mind is a mirror, but it's covered in dust, desires, fears, attachments. They blur the reflection. Moksha is not about striving, it is about seeing clearly. Imagine waking from a vivid dream, a dream in which you are lost, afraid, struggling. And then, suddenly you remember none of it was ever real. This is moksha, not an escape from life, but an awakening within it. The Bhagavad Gita reminds us, the soul is neither born nor does it die. It is unborn, eternal, ever-existing, undying, and primeval. Like the process of individuation, moksha requires a radical shift. It is the death of the false self, and the recognition of the one that was never born. Jung was not a practitioner of Vedanta, but he saw something timeless in its essence. He understood that psychology and spirituality are not enemies, they are different languages for the same terrain. Let's draw the parallels. Individuation and moksha both begin with discontent, a crack in the surface. Both require surrender of identity, of certainty, of control. Both confront illusion, the ego in the West, Maya in the East. Both speak of integration, of what was hidden, of what was denied, and both point to a self beyond the self. Jung described archetypes, ancient patterns within psyche. Vedanta describes samskaras, mental impressions shaping our experience. One speaks of shadow, the other of illusion. But both demand the same courage to question what you believe to be you. In Jung's path, you become whole by bringing the unconscious to light. In moksha, you become free by dissolving the illusion of separation. Jung wrote, The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Vedanta replies, you already are, you have simply forgotten. So is moksha the same as individuation? Not exactly, but they echo each other. One climbs the mountain of the mind, the other dissolves it. Both begin with the courage to turn inward. Both end not with answers but with clarity. To individuate is to make the unconscious conscious. To attain moksha is to remember the self beyond thought. You are not broken, you are not separate. You are the whole, dreaming of fragments.